Hello, and welcome, everyone, to another edition of Third Action. Thank you, Little Lizzie, for just subscribing to us. Huzzah! A wild GM appears, thank you. I am your host, Jason. Oh, I'm quite low, actually. I'll sit up a bit. And these are the same three... did I have the word? I had a word and I've lost it. Same three serial killers from last week. Oh, jeez. Maybe one of us is a serial killer. In the bottom left, we have Charlotte playing Asher Ford, Human Ranger.
Hello.
To the south, we have someone, a masked mystery man of mystery, playing Greshy Ironroot, Dwarven Druid.
I am the Christmas Fish Bandit, apparently.
And in the bottom right...
The Fish Bandit.
The Fish Bandit. In the bottom right, we have Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Arrestal, played by Adam.
Yeah. Yep, that's correct.
What happened last time? We had a lovely little Thanksgiving feast.
And then we ended it with a celebratory bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a regular bonfire, no big deal.
Pretty descriptive, yeah. So, our heroes have been investigating a grisly series of murders in the local region of Sandpoint and its hinterlands. Let's see, so there have been two distinct sets of murders so far near the town. And while investigating these, and the first set of murders, and speaking with the local sanatorium operator and one of his patients, you caught wind of something happening on a nearby farm. You rushed off to see what was going on and found it was overgrown with ghouls. You dealt with the ghouls in some fashion, I suppose. Made your way up to the farmhouse itself, where you were attacked by an army of ghouls inside the barn. You then... I guess you defeated all of those ghouls. A leader of sorts, a ghast, appeared from the main farmhouse, along with a few more henchmen, and you took him down as well. With all of the threats, immediate threats eliminated, you investigated the area. It seems like the ghouls had been having a bit of a feast inside the barn. And inside the farmhouse itself, you found two dead bodies. The body, presumably, of the person who runs the Higley farm, the owner, and the body of another man face down in a bed in one of the bedrooms. That body had been carved up, jaw missing, and skin flayed, as if with a skin saw of some type. And again has the Sahedron rune carved in his chest.
Skin saw. An instrument everyone would be familiar with.
Yes. So what else did you find? You also found some money hidden, not hidden, but in a chest underneath one of the beds of the farmhouse. And you also found a letter, yet another letter to Asher from his lordship, pinned to one of the bodies. And you also found a key in the pocket of the ghast, who seemed to be kind of the leader of this bunch of ghouls. The key has it's got a kind of etching of a fox in a sort of a rose bush surrounded by kind of thorns. Looks like a family crest of some sort. And Greshy has made a logical conclusion. He has had his aha moment. You also finished killing all of the scarecrows, in quotes, along the farm, which were actually ghouls in disguise. You also found a small child who had not turned ghoulish yet. You managed to treat him a bit and were holding him for help to arrive. Help did arrive as Asher ran back to Sandpoint to retrieve the sheriff and some guards. Ran on horseback, I suppose.
My old horse.
Yes, his old,
horse ran.
very sickly horse.
Beautiful horse.
Guards in tow. You've begun explaining the situation to him while setting the barn alight, filled with the bodies of the ghoulish. And it is near the end of the night, but I'll give you a chance to, if you want, you can kind of talk to Sheriff Hemlock since he's here. So you're all currently just standing watching the fire that you've set to the barn. And Sheriff Hemlock is standing there with you, hands on his hips, just kind of shaking his head at the horrible nature of it all, while you all just kind of watch on. What on earth could have driven someone to cause all this?
A lifetime of luxury and wanting for nothing.
Couldn't I say it better myself?
Makes you turn people to ghouls.
What exactly happened here? He says, kind of turning to you. You gave a kind of a rough rundown of there were a bunch of ghouls here, but I don't think you've told him the specifics yet. So this is your chance to, if you want to tell him anything in detail, you can.
I'll look to Gunn and let him take care of this.
All right.
I don't know.
We believe
Well, I do, but
we have found the culprit behind the grisly murders in town and the occupation of this farmstead, and it is none other than Aldern Foxglove.
dandy bastard.
He would have gotten away with it.
Aldern
Oh, no.
Foxglove? You mean
The
that
local
noble from
nobleman.
Magnamar?
Aye, that one.
He kind of
Yeah,
just
dandy.
scratches his face.
He's either a very good actor or he's been turned undead since we last met.
Truly, that's quite strange. Why would... I thought he was just a simple merchant. What all does this gain him? How did you know it was him?
He has a thing for Asher.
That's how we know it's.
Well, also
About the
there's this
key.
key that we
I was like,
have,
wait a minute.
and it's very reminiscent, if not the same, that the old dandy had on his coat when we saw him before.
Mhm.
So,
A key? Could I take a look?
oh sure.
There were two questions asked, by the way. The first one was, what would he gain out of it? Why would he be doing this?
Right.
That's what I was answering.
He really wanted Asher.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
That's not
But I
how
mean-
we know.
How'd
Well,
you
his
know? Because
obsession
he
with
has a
Asher
crush
was
on Asher,
also
like,
he's got a thing for Asher, obviously. All these letters.
So you've met him before? I've only seen
I-
him a couple of times in town.
went hunting with him.
He decided he needed to kill a bar for no reason other than to kill a bar.
A boar.
That's what I said. Bar.
A bar.
You said bear.
No, I said bar.
Okay, what's a
Bear is something else.
Okay.
Bar. What is it? So bear and bar.
All right, then I'm really not sure where you're from.
You start picking.
Hemlock is like not paying attention to this conversation. he's
There.
investigating the key, turning it over, zooming it in and out, and then eventually presses B to cancel, and the hand kind of glides out of the screen, and he hands it back to Greshy.
It's the best game of Skyrim I've played in quite a long time.
I guess that does look kind of like his family crest, but I don't get it. You say he has a obsession with Asher.
taken with him for some reason. I mean,
Very
Oh,
impressed
dear.
on our hunt. Well,
something like that.
those are our two clues that lead us to believe that. We have yet to completely confirm it,
I know it's him. It's got to be him.
but let's just say he should at least be wanted for questioning.
Well, perhaps I can send some people over to Magnamar to try and locate him.
You know,
Doesn't he have a residence in the area?
he don't have a house
hmm.
of some sort?
He thinks to himself, well, there was the old Foxglove family manor, but that place has been abandoned for, 20 years now?
Right.
He's, as far as I knew, Aldern lived in Magnamar.
I'm sure that's where he's making all his ghouls,
Well,
the Magnamar, and then bringing them down the road.
where exactly would this manor be? Would it be in Magnamar, or would it be elsewhere?
Well, it's, maybe a day and a half travel along the, Lost Coast Road, bit off westward, on kind of a peninsula, I think. I've only seen the place once, so my memory's a bit hazy. I'm sure
But
somebody
you're
in
saying
town
it's
might...
on the way.
Yes, it's between here and Magnamar, if I remember correctly.
Worth investigating if we want to take this to Magnamar. What do you think, Gunn?
I think Abandoned Manor is exactly where I expect to find Necromancer Ghoul Ghast Lordship.
It would be creepy secrets in the attic.
A Ghast Lord.
Is there such a thing as a Ghast Lord?
There is now.
All right. Well, he calls himself his lordship, so anyway.
Lord of the gas. Maybe he's a normal dude or girl.
Well, all of this spooky undead stuff is a bit beyond me, I suppose. If you're willing to go look into it, that would certainly be ideal.
Of course. I suppose there'd be some sort of recompense for bringing him to justice, eh?
Of
Yes,
course.
my safety.
Well,
Well, after safety,
more
of course.
importantly, seems like this problem is a little bit of our making, or at least our inspiration. I need to think that we, inspired him to go down this road and then left him to it.
The
We
boar killing
inspired
was
him
the
to become
first.
some sort of ghast master.
He killed the boar and he got thirsty for more.
Is Ghast Master better than Ghast Lord?
I like gas
The alliteration makes it better.
Ghast Master. The GM. Ooh.
Turns out Jason was the ghast master this whole time.
It
Never
was
knew.
me.
Well, if nothing else, it's on the way. Might be worth checking out and seeing if it actually is occupied.
Yeah.
What might be in there.
Yes.
Treasures.
And I recommend we go armed.
Do
I
we not?
agree.
Well, I guess you don't.
Well,
Often.
that's always.
Everyone
bring
else
I
sleeps
guess-
with like a knife under their pillow.
I guess I didn't have any need to say it. That
Well,
goes without saying.
It's
You just
pretty
want to be
late
safe.
here. Perhaps we should return to Sandpoint for now. I'll leave my men here to double check and make sure there's no other ghoulies lurking around the farm.
Sounds
I-
great.
I think we cleared up most of them, or well, Gunn did, but just in case, want to make sure.
Okay. He
Well-
nods and goes over to his subordinates who came here with him. Explains a kind of rough outline for a plan, and they salute and go off to it. Sheriff Hemlock gets on his own horse, and I guess the three of you follow along with Phelan.
Aye, might as well head back to town. Better than
Okay.
sleeping here.
So, you return to Sandpoint. Can I update the... Oh, nope, that's not the map.
No.
Okay, you return to Sandpoint. tired, drained from the night's rough activities. And by the time you return to the Rusty Dragon Inn where you've been staying, it's completely dead inside. Nobody's even at the downstairs. Nobody's at the bar. Nobody's at any tables downstairs. You just kind of quietly make your way up to your rooms, which you still have your keys for, and rest for the night, I presume. Unless anybody wants to do anything I don't know about.
Are there any sign of ghoul attacks?
Perception?
Sure.
You just mean like in general in the
Well,
building?
in the inn, you mentioned it seemed dead inside, and now I got suspicious.
Everyone is dead in
Isn't
the
kind of
inn.
dead inside.
Oof, that's a great roll. That's a 16 total.
16. No, it just looks quiet for. It's probably like 3 or 4 in the morning at this point. There's just not that many people here. No reason to be here at this time of night.
All right, fair enough. Just being sure.
Yeah, it just looks quiet. Is everybody sleeping?
I'm trying to sleep. That's
Restless
for
dreams, as it
My
were.
restless sleep. This
All
is
right,
also
so-
frustrating for Ash.
Yes. The three of you have some, I guess, individual sleep troubles. If you do, yes. But otherwise, you rest up. You all become level 5, which I don't remember if I announced on the stream last time. But you're level 5.
It was after the
huzzah.
stream.
Yeah, I think it was
Hooray.
after. You also get level times con and HP back. I think everybody has already updated those, so
Aye.
we're good to go. Anybody want to talk about the new abilities they've picked up for the purpose of the viewers, or you just want to let it
Didn't
happen?
we all pick up the same ability?
We
I think
we all
picked
did.
up the same. We got the same ancestry fate. So I think all of us took the human ancestry feat, Clever Improviser, which allows us to use half our level instead of 0 for our modifiers for untrained skills, which makes them not suck. And Greshy got that because he has previously taken a feat that allows him to take human feats. Or
Yes,
human
he took
Is
the
a
adopted
human.
ancestry.
Yes, adopted ancestors to human. He took that at 3rd level.
Yeah, Greshy's definitely human. What are you talking
He's
about?
100%
Yeah, he's been a human this whole time. I don't know what your
I've
problem is.
never questioned it once.
There's no question in it. He's very blatantly a human. It's very clear. There's no question there. He also got 3rd level skill or spells, and
That's probably the biggest thing that we gained. Well, we gained base stats.
Yeah.
well, that's probably important as well.
Level.
Yep, if you're looking at the stream, those base stats should be updated down below.
Oh, I didn't even know we
on
had
the
those
visuals.
there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fancy.
Wow.
Got the level, your HP, and all your little stats.
I can't
so the
read
viewers
it
can
on
follow
what
along.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's a little small. Sorry.
It's okay.
And then
Now I know.
the only other decision really to be made at level 5 for I think most of us was you get a skill increase.
I think
got
so.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I raised
Oh,
up
that's right.
intimidation because I think I'm going to be using that more now that I notice that it's pretty good.
It's pretty solid. I improved my thievery for, reasons.
I improved my survival.
Good reason to have that.
Mhm.
We used to be the survival group, and now we're the clever improviser group. As
Now
we
you're
decided.
splitting.
We're going
Okay.
our own separate ways.
So, you wake up in the morning to find breakfast as usual downstairs in the inn. Ameko is busy cooking in the back. Bethana Corwin, the halfling who sort of runs this place for Ameko, is out serving dishes to patrons. There's not a whole lot of people here this morning. It's fairly quiet. It's also a bit chilly today, a bit colder than it was prior. You can see outside the ground looks a bit damp, and the sky is dark and not quite stormy, but like it looks like it could rain at any moment, and probably rained a bit overnight. But now it's just fairly overcast.
Well, I would ask Bathana over breakfast, of course, if she happens to know the way to the old Foxglove Manor place.
The old Foxglove Manor? What's that? I'm sorry, dearie, I don't keep up with the local nobles and their noble houses. Perhaps you should try someone else.
That felt like a really Skyrim answer right there, but fair enough. It's worth a shot.
Well,
Someone stole your sweet roll, dearie. I used to be an adventurer too. Oh yeah, that's enough.
That I don't believe. Actually, I like Bathana. I don't believe that
Wow.
one.
one other
adventure.
person we might ask for directions, which would be that guy who lives in the tower, the old ruins. I'm looking for his
Oh,
name.
Broderick Quink.
Brother
Oh,
Quinn.
yeah.
Yes.
He's more of a historian, specifically of Thessalonian ruins and lore and stuff.
Well,
But
Would
you
Vin
can
Vendor know?
Okay,
so what
I
you can
suppose
do
I
is you
know
can
by now.
you can gather information.
We can use the actual skill that's described in the text
Yes.
of the core rulebook as it's intended.
Yes, you can spend a couple hours with a diplomacy check to
diplomacy.
ask around.
Nice.
Mhm.
All
I'm good
right,
at that.
let's do some diplomacy.
I can
Diplomacy.
try to diplomatize.
Sure.
You know
I'll,
what?
I'll allow you guys to all do this as kind of a group check together. So
Sure.
whoever's the highest will use their roll, and then if anybody beats the assistance DC, then I'll add additional bonuses to that. And I
Greshy
think
will happily try
aid
now that he
is
has
what,
a
a
plus
plus-
1.
All right.
2 plus 1.
Yeah.
I think it's a plus 2.
Ooh, are we all rolling?
Well, gonna give it a try.
Let's do.
Greshy got to 17 in diplomacy now.
Hold on.
Nowhere near
Gunn
certain
has
person.
a 31.
Ooh, a 13.
Oof.
Some
A
help.
31's quite nice though. That's
31
Yeah.
is quite nice.
It would help if I was looking at your rolls. Okay. So 16 from Greshy. Oh, sorry. That's
17.
perception.
Thank
17
you.
from Greshy. 31 from Gunn. 13 from Asher.
It's like
okay.
31, but backwards.
Yeah. It's quite similar. It's quite there.
So once you guys are kind of up and ready to go about the town asking about the manor, you just kind of interact with various townsfolk, trying to see who knows much, if anything, about what's going on. It seems like most people have at least kind of vaguely heard of the Foxglove Manor. Any Verizians that you talk to, Verizians are kind of they have slightly more kind of like olivey skin and darker hair, and they're basically kind of they're the culture that's native to the region, as opposed to the more like white people who are here from other regions. But the Verizians seem to tend to refer to that place as the Misgivings. Ooh.
No.
That makes a lot more sense then.
Surprise.
I don't want to go there now.
Well, we're going anyway.
One Verizian woman who she's I guess today. Oh, I didn't update the day. Whoops.
Can they
it's
tell us?
Earth Day.
Can anyone tell us
Day.
why that is?
Yes, they can tell you why that is as soon as I update the
Day of the week.
date,
It is
because I really
Oath Day.
care.
Lamashon 17.
4707 Absalom Reckoning. Okay, so Oath Day. Yes, there's a Verizian woman in the marketplace. She's just peddling some various assortments of squash that she's got at her stall.
Today's the market day, isn't it? Or is it Fire Day?
Fire Day is the market day.
Fire Day is the market day. Anyway.
But yeah, no, she's just got like kind of a small stand. Yes, you wanted to know why they call it the Misgivings? It, as far as I'm aware, had some kind of tragedy many years ago, 20 years ago or so, I think. The servants' quarters burned down, and it was quite a mess. All of the family died of disease. It was quite nasty.
Well, not all of them. Aldern's still alive.
I am afraid I do not know this Aldern person. But I have heard from other local workers who have been to the house. They say strange things about the place. That they see lights in the attics, in the attic windows. I have heard of tales of screaming, heard off in the distance. I've even heard one man say that there's a huge bat-winged devil lurking in the caves beneath the mansion. That is why we do not go there.
All of these things are probably true. Just so you know.
Did she just tell us Batman was actually down there?
Yes, Batman's down there. Yes.
I'm really worried about that.
Probably not paying his taxes.
She gives you the name and address of another Verzian male who used to do work on the house a long time ago. He's quite old now. You go over to his place, and he informs you, that it was actually, about 20 years ago was when he was working there, and the Foxglove family had been living there for, he says the building is probably about 80 years old. And about 20 years ago was when a fire burned down the servants' building outside. And they found the lady of the house, a Cyralie Foxglove, Cyralie. They found her dead, and she was burnt and dashed on the rocks on the cliff below the house. Because the house is kind of perched on a cliff over the ocean, or the sea, I suppose. He said that their children. I see. Right. The father of the house, Travor Foxglove, was found dead in his bedroom. It seemed like he had killed himself. And as far as he knew, the children of the house, a young, he struggles to remember the names,
Start with
Madeline and and Aldo or something. Alvin Foxglove, something like that.
Alvin, did he keep chickmunks at all? Just out of curiosity.
Perhaps. They were sent to, his children were sent away to Corvosa to be raised by relatives. They were quite young at the time, not more than 1, maybe 2. You talk to a few other people, and one person mentions that Aldern only returned to the area somewhat recently, like within the last year, and had been asking around in Sandpoint for restoration work. He was trying to find carpenters to come work on the house. This was basically almost exactly a year ago when this happened, but that he turned down the job because he heard the place was bad news. Before Aldern moved back in, it sounds like it was cared for by a man named Rogers Craesby, who sounds like he's this kind of like big old fat guy. who had
That
been in the family for quite a number of years. It was just kind of a assistant to the house, I guess.
Okay. It's all coming together.
It is.
Let's see. What else do you get from the... Okay. You also... from talking to some other workers, you find out that, yes, the house was indeed built about 80 years ago by someone named Vorel Foxglove, Vorel. He was a merchant prince from Magnamar, and that his family lived at the manor for about 20 years before they died from some mysterious disease. This seems to be separate from the 20 years ago incident.
It's really built in the wrong spot here. There's something keeps getting out and getting them all.
Yes. The surviving Foxgloves basically left the place alone for 40 years, and so it wasn't until about 20 years ago that Traver Foxglove and Sorelli Foxglove moved in. And they weren't there for very long. Let's see.
You'd think Aldern would have learned to live well enough alone.
He was one at the time. Can
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I swing a religion check on the topic of huge bat-winged demon?
Sure, actually.
Just to see if that rings any bells. We have a 15.
A 15. Unfortunately, you don't know what that could mean.
That
Okay.
only religion check? for
Doesn't
that
sound
one?
like a particular type of devil.
No, not with
Alright.
with that vague of detail. You're not
Alright.
sure. You're not super up to date on your demonology, I suppose.
Nope.
And as you're sort of leaving an area where, like near the lumber mill, where a bunch of kind of workers congregate, a sort of shady looking man, a bit kind of slimy, I guess, kind of greased hair, walks over to you. He seems he's got like a nervous sort of disposition. Hey, you guys were talking about the foxgloves?
Depends who's asking.
I just don't think you should mess with those guys. They're a bit, they got bad connections. I wouldn't go anywhere near them.
What kind of connections?
What kind of trouble?
They've been in big with this, I will call it a gentleman's club in Magnamar. You ever heard of the Brothers of the Seven?
Have I heard of the Brothers of the Seven?
Haven't heard of
that
them,
the
but I have
star
a feeling I have met some of them.
The seven-
Greshy, you can roll intelligence, just raw intelligence.
Straight intelligence, not Magnamar lore?
No, Magnamar lore, sure.
That's why I was asking.
Of
Otherwise,
course.
I've been like, that's a 19 total.
There's quite a lot of secret societies and gentlemen's clubs and all sorts of
Sure.
gangs and things that hang out in Magnamar. You don't remember hearing anything about a group called the Brothers of the Seven, but then something flashes in your mind, a memory of a long time ago when you were on the streets in a dark alley, when you had been attacked by a group of people, and you saw something emblazoned on an inner garment of one of your attackers.
Oh.
A number 7. But that's all you know.
Okay. Greshy has now lost thought.
Look, I just wouldn't go near the place. Ever since it was abandoned, I heard they hold secret meetings over there. Whatever the brothers get up to, it's not any good. I wouldn't get mixed up in it. You guys look like upstanding folk. You don't want to be a part of that world.
Does this guy have a name? Does this guy have a name? I will.
Do you want to offer a name?
You look at him and go, "Do you, sir, have a name?"
No, I'll give him a couple of coins to keep an ear out for anyone else who's asking about this.
Fair trade.
But this guy seems A, to know what's up, and B, to actually be concerned about it. So it could be.
Sure. How much you giving him? He's not very forthcoming about his name up front, but sorry, how much?
How about is a gold too much, do you think?
I was gonna offer 10 silver, which would have been the same. So
Yeah, I'll give him a gold.
Okay, you reach into your coin purse and pull out a gold, and hand it to him. He takes it and kind of tightly clasps it.
I'll say these brothers of the Seven, we seem to be finding ourselves at odds with them increasingly often. So keep your head down, but if you hear anything else, do let us know. Or let, let's say, the proprietress of the
Rusty Dragon.
No. He looks the gold coin over and kind of bites it, smiles. All right, friend. Jackie the Fox will look out for you. And he kind of
the fox
slips away.
Excellent.
Ooh, there he goes.
We got our first informant.
Our first friend.
We've
But
other
all
friends.
that said, you also find someone can show you the location on the map of the Foxglove Manor.
We just find out information. We still have no idea where we're going. That's fair.
Jackie the Fox, though.
Jackie the Fox.
Jackie the
always
Fox.
Foxes.
Fox. Everything's foxy around there.
They're so
They
foxy.
slither
wearing
around.
gloves? Was he wearing?
Is Asher distinctly foxy and I didn't realize? Maybe that's what Aldern's
Me?
attraction is.
I'm Foxy.
I'm
Thank you,
getting that
Greshy.
Getting that impression.
So nice.
Explain a
I'm
bit about
very
why Aldern's
flattered.
all sorts of associated.
I
with
never
ya.
said Asher was hideous. He's
didn't
just
say
very
that.
awkward. So he
He's-
might be Foxy.
He could be foxy and just be a little bit strange.
He just
It's fine.
doesn't know.
Was Jackie the Fox wearing gloves?
No, Jackie the Fox wasn't wearing any gloves. Sorry.
Okay,
I
okay.
wear fingerless gloves.
He's safe then.
Well, fair that.
Yeah, he was just wearing. He had kind of a, I don't know, kind of like a pauper's cap and kind of simple brown leather clothing, but then still had like a kind of a white cravat.
I like the idea that he looked like a newsboy, but he wasn't.
Yeah, a little bit of a fancy newsboy.
Yes, I like this.
Yeah, he just kind of slips away
All right.
after you're done talking to him.
I think we've got a place to go and some good information to go on, but seems we're going to be dealing with
Ooh,
whatever disease took this family twice now.
perhaps it was the ghoul fever.
Might have been ghoul fever. Might have been whatever it was down there caused someone to start infecting others with ghoul fever.
Maybe.
Not sure.
I'm scared.
I concur.
Why are you
Asher's
scared,
very-
Asher?
Because they want me to go over there, get infected with ghoul disease, and then to make out with someone I've never even seen before.
Well, you've met Aldern before. We know that. But
I don't want to
he might
make
use a
out
lot
with
more
him.
tongue.
you don't have to. I'm just saying. You've met him before.
What if? Oh no! What if I do though?
If he's been
You just
converted,
fall into making out with Aldern. It just happens.
It's just
It's like, oh no.
I tripped and fell, and I made out,
He tripped and fell and just started.
and then I got
just-
ghoul fever from making out with them.
Oh,
And
that would be just the worst course
it's
of
everyone
action.
else's fault but mine.
Yeah,
Well,
the
just so
worst
you're
kind
aware.
of STD, right?
I have
Yeah.
prepared some countermeasures to try and deal with ghoul fever if we run across it.
Thank goodness.
So hopefully should not be a
Ooh.
problem. Just try not to get infected too much.
Do you think that kid is okay?
You know, we can check before we leave town if you're really that concerned.
Seen
That's a good
anything?
idea.
We should ask him.
I think we should.
Wouldn't
I
hurt.
think we should definitely check on him.
I just remembered him now. I'm like, oh.
Oh, we've been a little busy
child.
trying to deal with the people who originally put him in the frickin' wilds anyway. Stuck him on a pole and decided to leave him for dead. Yeah, let's go check on him. I assume he'd be near the church. They're probably the most capable people of dealing with
Yeah,
fevers
you head over to
diseases
the
and such.
church, and as expected, they're able to lead you over into the room where they sort of treat the injured, and he is there lying on a bed, just he's asleep but still like coughing in his sleep. There's a cleric currently sitting beside him, casting some kind of healing spell as you enter.
Would it be remove disease?
Yeah, probably.
Because that would be the smart thing for him to do.
And identify spells.
Yes, it's some form of disease removal spell.
All right.
Probably something a bit more basic that might take like a full day's worth of time to do. It's more of like a ritual spell
Sure.
that he's doing.
I have a feat for that.
He should be fine soon. He's been coughing quite a bit. He's a bit malnourished too. I've sent off for some food. Would you like me to wake him?
No. Not if he's in this state at this point. I don't know if he can give us much more information, especially
Yeah.
child.
Agreed.
He might not have seen anything.
So, shall we relax for a couple of days or a week before we get going? Start moseying along.
Or is this a joke? Or are we just going to
Yeah.
be?
We can rest for as many weeks as you want.
And I'm
I don't
sure that
have to go
nothing would
do
happen.
this.
Everything would be fine if we just left it alone and did nothing. Now
I'm
that
just
we
gonna
know.
go sleep. You guys can go figure it out. I feel like you guys will be safe, and I.
Asher, you're the one who got us into this.
How did I do this?
I don't know how you did this, but I'm blaming you nonetheless.
I imagine this
No.
being the
Yes.
conversation as you're like walking out of the church.
Oh no, we're standing
I've
right
done
there
nothing
above,
wrong.
above the boy. Because I'm
Nothing-
going to
I've done
actually,
nothing.
I'd actually like to hand the clergyman a gold coin, in thanks for him taking care of the boy, and hopefully alms or whatever he prefers.
Oh, thank you. The church graciously accepts your donation.
Every little bit counts. Now we can go and we can continue bickering on our way out.
Ugh. My fault. All of these people have been ghouled because some guy has a crush on me.
Something about you attracted the man, and I don't get it.
Can't
I think
imagine
was
what
that,
it is.
Natural 20 when you
My
popped
natural
when you saved his life.
Oh, did I roll a
the-
20?
You did. You
Oh,
killed. You
yeah.
killed. You
Uh-oh.
straight up shot that poor goblin in the head.
Ooh, I also hadn't bathed in like a week.
Apparently he liked that. Maybe that's
Oh,
why he's attracted to
no.
ghouls now.
That fresh musk.
That wasn't fresh. That was like 6 days.
That was stale. That was stale quite a
It
bit.
was still releasing.
Perhaps
The
the answer to this.
pheromones.
Perhaps
Ow.
Asher, what we need to do is get you bathed, and then it wouldn't be you wouldn't be nearly so attractive, and then he'd be turned off, and maybe turn away from this life of crime that he's into.
The last time I was near
Murder and
water,
stuff.
I almost drowned. So I
Save
won't be.
the world
I won't
alive.
be going to
Bathing.
water again.
You know, we can find you water that isn't so deep that you're going to drown.
And
There's
also
no
doesn't
such
have
thing.
giant crabs in it.
All levels of water are drownable.
Where are the horses at?
Let's get moving.
Okay, so after a couple hours dicking around town, you make your way over to the stables to get your horses.
Yay.
Yeah, well, let's go make
I
our way.
believe
to these-
Asher did not buy his horse; he merely
No,
rented
Ash.
it.
I think
did,
right?
Asher was gifted. Like
basically.
the guy was like, I couldn't charge you for this horse.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
didn't take
okay.
money.
That's
That's
right,
true.
because Blitz is in
It's like
the
one
best of
silver
condition.
instead of-
Blitz is the best horse ever. I want
Blitz is
Blitz.
truly the best horse.
He
Blitz has died.
okay, yeah. You arrive at the stables, and if you assuming you walk straight over to Blitz, he doesn't even
Blitz.
look.
My favorite horse.
Did Gunn? Did you buy your horse this time, or last time I should say?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I couldn't remember for yours. I
think
remembered that
might have
Blitz was a
actually
thing.
Bought it and against my objections.
It's better this way. That's why we don't have to keep renting horses. And we're also invested in keeping the horses alive, which means Jason has other things to kill instead of us.
My horse will die of old age far before it dies from a animal or monster attack.
This
And
is
quick
probably
thank
true.
you, Lock. I'll just go with Lock.
Lock.
For the big ol' sub. Delicious. Happy. Okay, sorry,
Fabulous.
continue.
Yay.
Okay, Lock.
Well, we
there we
will-
go.
Lock.
Lock.
We'll make our way to the horses, and we'll make our way to the misgivings, as
Okay.
they like to call it, because apparently that's what misgivings were named.
I don't like the misgiving.
It's a great
Yeah,
name.
I wonder
It'll
if
be
like
fine, Asher.
I wonder if
Everything's gonna be
avoided
fine, Asher.
the entire farmhouse scene by just doing a gather information check last week, or like 3 sessions
Oh
ago.
my god. Yeah.
We at some point could have been like,
That
"What
sounds
is the
like an
misgivings?"
important
And they could have
Jason
been like,
was just like,
"Oh."
just ask somebody. I
Just
thought it was a
ask somebody
figure of
questions.
speech. I was like, this guy's poetic. I don't need to ask anyone.
No, we got it. Misgivings,
Shrug.
totally not a place that people would call a place. That's makes so much more sense this way.
Okay, so you guys horsey up and
Yeah.
hit the road. Let me make sure my hinterlands map is correct, but I shall flip you guys over to that as soon as I do.
Field team from Ocarina of Time starts playing.
Yeah, I don't have.
That's
Yeah, I don't really have a field thing. Maybe I shall commission one in the future. Okay, so hinterlands, and let's switch the map over for the viewers. Why is? Oh right, have we finally switched to? Okay, we're back at right click equals pan. Thank you, Roll20. I guess.
yes, they did.
I don't know if
did
they
revert.
fixed it. Okay, so you guys were at the Hambley farmlands. You returned last night to Sandpoint. This big orange or yellow thing I've added to the map is the Lost Coast Road. It's kind of the big main road in the region.
Mhm.
And you guys are going to be heading south along the road.
Ooh.
Ooh. Can I do that? There.
Oh, in
And
the
now we're in the
ocean.
water.
Yeah.
It was
whoops.
listed here on the map the whole time.
Ah,
I
if
hate
only we had
water.
looked further to the left, we would have seen it this whole time.
Damn, it's not visible on the stream. Let
There's
me.
a river literally called Foxglove River.
Yeah, there's a river called Foxglove River.
Well, they've been around for long
Those
enough.
rich
Delete.
bastards.
Let's put that over there so that the stream can see. All right, cool.
Good enough.
Okay, so you guys
Rocky Manor.
decide to. So you're all the way up here in Sandpoint, and you'll have to go down south along the Lost Coast Road, over Cougar Creek, past Rhinestump March, through the Bleaklow Moor, and then along the south side of the river, there's a road that leads out to Foxglove Manor.
Hi.
Okay,
All right.
well, that's
So-
pretty.
I like the compass that's also a Sahedron.
Yeah,
That's subtle.
that mark is.
Hmm. Again, if we'd only looked further to the left on our map, we might have figured out some of this stuff sooner.
Whose map is this? Maybe we turn it over and there's a name.
Well,
That's the big
so
bad for everything.
the Foxglove Manor isn't listed on that map. This is on like your Hinterlands map. This would be something like you would ask some people where it was, and somebody
Right.
would eventually point it out to you.
No, I understood that. I was just joking.
This is a magic map where quest markers only appear after you unlock the quest.
That's the
Okay,
Darn
so
it.
Oh. As we're leaving,
Mhm.
also we should communicate with the sheriff our suspicions about Mr. Habe and his unsanatorium.
What exactly were we? I mean, besides the fact that we think he's eating bodies. That's it.
You
That
think
that
he's
was the
eating
that was the main thing.
Okay, just making sure.
You're gonna
I'm-
spread
So
rumors.
you okay?
It's a fair
let's,
rumor.
let's go over to Habe Sanatorium real quick. Not Habe Sanatorium. The barracks. There you go. You head over to the barracks to talk to Sheriff Hemlock.
Sheriff
There you go.
Hemlock.
Forgot
there
to
you go.
mention
I'm
amidst
lost.
all the chaos. There
There's a
might
lot
be-
of NPCs all of a sudden.
you know,
where is he? Hello,
things were so
Sheriff
crazy
Baylor
last
Hemlock.
night. I forgot to mention that there was this potential, cannibalism thing going on.
I don't know if he's eating bodies. I
Do
think
you know
that's
where the bodies
spreading
are?
Rumors.
When
Sorry,
he's
so you
experimenting on them in the back.
wanted to file a complaint about Mr. Habe?
I don't.
Uh,
I won't be a part of this. I'll stand outside.
complaint. Just wanted to register some suspicions.
He's eating bodies.
He was
Eating
definitely
bodies.
he was definitely doing some unsavory experiments on his patients by way of giving them medication that did not seem to be that effective. Might be nothing in it at all.
He lets a man die of ghoul fever by doing nothing but pretended to treat him.
I'm watching him, yeah.
And you think this man might?
He's
I've
eating
always thought
bodies
him a
because
bit
he's got no
weird,
way to
but-
dispose of them.
He's got other patients out there that might be rescuable. I would definitely recommend investigating that a little bit further.
All right, I'll send 2 men up today to see if they can figure out what's going on. Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
I appreciate you looking into it. Also, make
Right.
sure he doesn't eat anybody else. It's pretty disgusting.
Rip 2 more men. After that. Oh well.
Okay,
We
you
did
guys leave
our best.
the barracks.
I don't think he kills them. I think he just eats the patients who die, which is worse. He just lets them die and then he eats them.
I don't think he. I'm standing outside, by the way. I guess I can't hear this.
No. So, maybe you hear
I
this
decided
one
not to
as
go
they're
in.
like coming out the main door.
I was just like, just because he's weird doesn't mean he's eating people.
It's not that he's weird. It's that there's no place for the corpses to go.
Yeah,
There's no place to put the corpses. Where do they go? He eats them.
There are many ways to get rid of.
he's sending them to a
I
non-existent
am concerned about what you're expecting him to do with other people's bodies.
Other people's bodies. Like whose bodies?
Everybody is.
So we
Everybody.
cut, and we're now like your guys are like riding along the Lost Coast Road, and you're still having this
Yes,
conversation.
This
That's-
discussion is
yeah.
still happening. It's a montage of just us arguing.
That's what we do.
Whenever someone's like, someone's a little weird, I was just like, they're not weird. And then some weird, like, awkwardly moral but not really argument ensues, where it doesn't make any sense. I love it.
So are you guys riding fast?
You said it'd take a day and a
Or-
half regular travel.
Yeah, if
I'm
you
okay with
rode like
regular.
really fast, you could probably get there tonight. But your horses would be very tired.
That doesn't.
Oh, that
Okay.
sounds like a grand idea. Showing up at this haunted old manor in the middle of the night with our horses almost dead of exhaustion. It
Yeah.
sounds like a grand idea. I think we should do it.
Okay.
Let's not do that.
So you do that. Yeah, no.
I was being
what's
sarcastic.
We're not
So
good.
yes, if
yeah,
you-
we're-
at maximum speed, which your horses would be like quite tired, would be you could arrive tonight.
No.
At sort of normal speed, you would arrive in about a day and a half. If you like rushed it, and you could probably make it there in the like by morning tomorrow.
Morning
Kind of
tomorrow.
exhausted if that was the case.
Well, no. I mean, we would like go most of the way there
And then you camp,
Yeah.
and then
and then camp and go
Oh.
the rest of the way. in the morning.
If that's the case, I mean,
Yeah.
let's do that.
That seems fun.
Take
Yeah.
a rest.
okay. So
Let's
off
figure out
you go.
where's the. Like maybe we could camp where the main road and the Foxglove Road depart?
Yeah, so by nightfall at your current pace, you're able to reach basically you reach the Foxglove River, and there's actually a small inn on the riverside there, where you
that's
can
convenient. That's nice.
you could take up residence there for the night, or you could go camping if you wanted. Either or.
How much for a room?
Inn sounds good.
The inn's rooms are 2 copper a night.
How much for sleeping in the stable?
For sleeping in the stable, the innkeeper looks at you strangely. I don't want you disturbing my horses.
Does that also get you a meal?
The 2 copper? Yeah. We do full room and board.
Fine.
Okay.
I'll pay the 2 copper.
Okay. You each pay the 2 copper, and make your way up to your rooms. The night is fairly uneventful here at the Toasted Oat. In the morning, you get up and are treated with a very simple breakfast of just oats and like a slice of ham.
I thought you were gonna like completely depart from the theme. I was like,
No,
it's
sorry.
a very simple breakfast of like, eggs and bacon. No.
No, oats and a slice of ham, and it's really tough ham.
It's pretty good. It's food.
It's nowhere.
Can I pay a little more
if
for,
you've gotten used to Amako's cooking, it's nowhere near as good.
No, that's fair. Can I get a little bit extra for the road of this tough ham? How much would that cost?
Sure. Here.
Oh.
He gives you 2 more slices.
Perfect. Just wanted to have some for Phelan as we travel.
Okay. So
Sounds
you
good.
guys head out from there in the morning and make your way towards
Spooky Manor, where I don't want to go.
Oh,
So
you're
much.
gonna
Manor.
love it. It's
I
gonna be
go with
so
my friends.
spooky. You get to indulge your occultism interests, I'm sure.
That's true. That's why I'm here.
It's going to be spooky as all get out.
I have curious interests, but I don't want secret makeout sessions at Foxglove Manor. You guys have to help. You have to save me from that.
Spooky makeout sessions.
You guys are my wingmen, okay?
Your anti-wingman?
Yeah, anti-wingman. You have to assist
Hold me
with
back.
that.
Hold me back. I'm gonna make out with him on accident.
You have to stop me.
Can't let me do this. I can't help myself.
So, you all joke as you casually ride up the road towards Foxglove Manor. The road itself is, I'd say, fairly disused, sort of light dirt road. Weeds have kind of grown up through the dirt in various spots. It's not very well kept overall. And as you get closer and closer to the peninsula, where you off in the distance you can see the manor, but it's quite small. But as you're getting closer, you can see it feels like the grass around this area has died quite early. I mean, it is beginning to be kind of fall, but yeah, winter fall sort of time. The skies are very dark and cloudy, moody for this time of morning. It did rain a bit yesterday while you were on the road. It hasn't started raining yet, but looks like it could at any moment, basically. But it feels as if the grass around here is just kind of wilted. The flowers have lost many of their petals and have turned kind of a sickly shades of brown and black as you approach the manor itself, which is high up on this cliffside overlooking the sea. Yeah, plateau cliff. As you're
fence around the property?
Yes, there's a fence around the basically cutting off the approach to the hillside where approach to the peninsula where it's at. There is no gate there anymore. Like there clearly was a gate in the middle of the road, but it's clearly rotted away and hasn't been replaced yet. The wood fencing is also pretty poor, very poor state, and looks like hasn't been touched in quite a long time. It's quite moldy and covered in moss and vines. The vines are fairly dead, but the moss seems to be kind of thriving. Let me see, what else can I say about it? So you can see up on the cliff, you can see the manor. It's quite large, maybe two, 3 floors.
Does it have
Yeah,
any...
it looks like 2 floors with maybe like an attic, smaller floor on top. There is a closer structure that looks like it burned down quite a long time ago. It's basically just the husk of some walls. There are also a couple of trees dotting the landscape. All of them seem to be quite old and very dead at this point. But you can spot a few very sickly looking crows perched on in the branches of the closest tree. Was there a question from Gunn?
No.
Okay, sorry. What would you guys like to do?
I think you covered everything.
Okay.
Could I do a survey wildlife
Sure.
to look and see if there's anything strange on the ground as far as wildlife goes?
Okay.
Oh, a 14.
14.
Not the best.
Let me grab my rulebook real quick. One sec. Survey wildlife. Okay. Sorry, and your roll was a 14?
Yes.
Okay. You're not really seeing much in the way of wild animal tracks. You do find a couple of black feathers, clearly from crows or ravens or the like, probably the same birds that are currently sitting up in that tree. But they're pretty scattered. And yeah, that's basically it. You don't really even find any like remnants of small animals or anything like that. No droppings to be found.
Unusual absence?
Yeah, it's an unusual absence. You'd expect an area like this to at least have, especially if it's abandoned, to at least have some like squirrels or something. There's quite a lot of wildlife in the Verizian hinterlands, so for there to be basically nothing except these crows is a little weird.
And the crows are very like sickly and
Yeah, they don't look great. One of them kind of rattles a bit.
oh no.
Like that I don't know if you've ever heard crows rattle, but they do it. It's a little unnerving.
Excellent. They sound very happy and healthy.
Sure, look.
No animals want to come here, it seems.
Well, if there's some sort of disease that's been affecting things here, it makes sense.
I say we ride up like everything is totally fine and we're just coming out to hang out with our friend.
We were invited, or at least
Yep.
Asher was.
I guess I was invited.
We are
This is
here
a
for
party
morals
me.
apart.
I invited my +2 and 3, I guess.
Plus 3.
My +3.
The invite
Yeah.
specifically said no +1s.
Ah,
It did not.
It.
It did not.
It's okay that I showed up with 3 of my friends, right? It's fine.
I'm sure it's a party. It'll be fine. There'll be beer and all
so
sorts of
rude.
celebrating.
Yeah, when you
Well, we should-
invite a prospective partner and they show up with like 5 other people and a dog.
Yeah. These
Several
are my
I thought we were
friends.
just going to the movies together.
We are
Yeah,
all of us
yeah,
together,
yeah.
and you're gonna sit
Everyone.
on the far end.
Yeah, you can sit next to I don't
Phelan.
even know who'd be on the Phelan.
Phelan will just stare and growl at you. Let's check out this burned out building.
The husk of a house.
Yeah,
Probably the servants' quarters. I think they said burned
right
out.
up, and there's nobody at the gates, and
Yeah, there's nobody at the gates. There's nobody outside at all.
then maybe we could put our stash our rides in the old servants' quarters. Yeah, put our
We
camping.
Stash them outside. I don't know. I kind of want to
Well-
stash them where the grass starts to be kind of growing.
There's some place they can actually eat.
Hmm,
I kind of agree with Asher on that.
that's fair.
It's a little further away, but also
yeah,
I
you'd
guess
probably have to ride maybe like about a mile out. And then
that
walk
far.
back.
Well, still, I'd rather not be eating dead
They
grass. and
probably
then-
know well enough to not eat this crappy.
Well, it's more like I don't know how long we're gonna take. I don't know if they're gonna want to eat grass or what they. Look, I haven't been around horses that much. I assume that they eat grass and they generally like to not
We can-
get
We
beaten
can
by
give them
ghouls.
oats. We can give them their
Have oats?
feed as we head in and
Yeah,
leave
sure.
for a while.
All right. Well, let's check out the building first to make sure there's not.
Yeah,
Lots of
did
ghoulies hiding
anybody
inside.
buy oats?
I didn't buy oats. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if they came with oats. I don't think they did.
I did not think about feeding horses. Again,
Yes, we did
not a horse expert.
We didn't
I
buy
made sure
horse
to
fat.
grab food for
Horse
Phelan.
fat.
I did not worry about the horses. How much food
Alright.
did you get?
I don't know. We did not explicitly say that we were buying feed, so I guess we
Right.
don't.
If you guys want to retroactively buy horse feed,
I mean,
I would buy horse feed because Asher cares about the horses.
I think we would have done.
okay.
I suppose
Feels
so.
silly not to be like, yeah, we'll take the horses 2 days out and no food.
And
for
not
them.
not feed them at all.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
That's what
fine.
grass is for. We're out in the wilds. There's places to eat.
I mean,
They
normally you
had
could
an
just let
argument
them
about it.
eat grass, but
That's what I was gonna say. They just let them graze. We just have to go a mile out.
Greshy will be like, let them eat grass. And Asher's like, no, we have to buy them oats. They have to love their food.
They can love grass too. What do you think they eat normally?
That's what I say if I retconned, that's what would have happened. And
I-
Ash would have bought some of them.
I think Greshy's not gonna buy oats. I think he's gonna just
That's
be like,
okay.
Greshy's gonna leave his horse and continue on foot. If it means a mile walk, it means a mile walk.
okay.
I mean, I'm
say
totally cool with doing that too.
I'd say a silver will get you like a week's worth of feed plus a feed bag.
One silver. Wow, I have an uneven amount of silver now.
Everything's
How
ruined.
upsetting. Ah,
I mean, you can
Yeah,
also do 10
Gretchen's-
copper if you wanted.
no, I'm okay. I accept.
Oh shoot! I forgot to ask you guys what you did with the money you found in.
We never did split that up, did we?
We're still carrying it.
Okay,
Just a
Yeah, I
bag
never
of
put it
500
in
silver.
anywhere.
so
Or
yeah, that's the money
500
that you
coins.
found in the farmer's house.
It's in our bag of holding,
Aye,
Okay.
it's just sitting there.
where we don't have to worry too much about it.
Get it later.
Okay, so yeah, where are you putting your horses? I think that was
You
the
want
last
to go a
question.
mile out?
Well, Greshy's gonna go a mile out. If
I will go with Greshy.
that's
Because
just 'cause
I
he
want the
didn't.
horse to be away from the dead stuff.
That's not a bad idea either.
Okay, yeah, you guys is I assume Gunn's going with.
Gunn can ride up if he wants, and we'll just walk alongside him.
My plan was to ride up and leave the horse closer.
Sure.
We can have one
Okay.
escape horse.
So 2 horses are riding out a mile away, while Gunn, I guess you're just gonna wait there by the.
I'll survey the ruined building.
Okay, maybe Phelan stays with you.
Aye, that sounds good.
Okay.
Phil and keep watch.
So you guys ride about a mile out to leave the horses. You find a nice tree to sort of tie them up to, and give them some hay bags and let them. Asher gives his horse the little oat bag, and Greshy.
As soon as they're out of sight, I knock on the door.
Oh my goodness.
So
I'm
you're
going in.
As they're out of sight, you're gonna go up to the door.
No.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I was excited for this.
Oh my god, yes.
All right.
All right.
So eventually, Asher and Greshy have returned.
Oh, I thought we were doing that. I'm disappointed now.
No. What I did say is I was going to survey the
Right.
quarters ruins.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Outside.
All right. You can do that. So, you make your way over to the ruins of the servants' quarters, and as you approach, the couple of crows that are in this tree seem like they get kind of spooked and take wing and fly off. It looks like they're kind of having trouble flying. They're kind of clumsily take to the air, and one of them caw as it flaps away. A couple feathers fall down and hit the ground.
Maybe this is perception. Do I think they're sick, or is there a thing where like something other than a crow could like possess the crow and see through its eyes? Right? Thing. And be awkward at flying.
Perception.
I have a total of 20.
Total of 20.
Sorry? Not bad.
It's a subtle difference between, is this crow just messed up, or is it like, what's that called? A warg, or a...
Like possessed in some way?
Yeah.
Sure. You don't think it looks possessed. It does look very, very sick.
Okay.
Like you're not sure how it's functioning. Like it's pretty bad.
All right.
Like you're pretty sure you saw some like
Mm-hmm.
muscle tissue like visible through one of its wings. And like a bit of bone. Like it looks pretty gnarly. It's like seeing a really fucking ratty pigeon
Mm-hmm.
and being like, how are you alive? Why?
Well,
Why are you alive?
eating trash.
And then the ruins itself.
Yes, the ruins themselves. Clearly some kind of wooden building. Basically all that's left here are I guess the foundation stones that seem to be quite sooty and scorched. You can't even tell like how tall this building was when it was still up. It's just that gone. There is you can see a stone well that it's about 4 feet 4 foot radius well. Sorry, not 4 feet radius, 4 foot diameter stone well. Okay. Inside the ruins. Looks like kind of partially collapsed, and you can walk up to it and you look in, and it looks pretty deep and dark, and you can't see the bottom.
Drop a little stone or something, see if it
is it more gross water.
Anything.
You drop the stone. Takes a moment, then you hear a clink as it just hits dirt.
No gross water.
Okay.
Give me a survival check.
Sure. Thinking about how tall are the cliffs here before you get down to the sea level, because you probably wouldn't have a water level much higher than sea level in this kind of rocky area. Survivalists coming up. I got a 25 total.
Based on the sort of time it took for the rock to fall, you'd guess that it's maybe somewhere in the like 50 to 70 feet deep range. It's not low enough to hit sea level.
Okay.
There probably was groundwater here at some point, but it's possible it's just dried up.
All right.
I guess it would have made like a slightly muddy, since I did say it's rained recently, so it's probably like a slightly muddy plop, but definitely not like a drop of water.
Got it. Now, sounds like I have pretty sharp ears, so I'm good. I'll wait around for the rest of the crew at that point.
Okay. You make your way out of the ruins to see that there's now maybe like 30 crows sitting in trees nearby, all just kind of rattling and
I'm rethinking leaving my horse outdoors here. I'm thinking he's gonna have to come inside with us and camp inside the front door when we go inside.
You want to take the heart? Well,
Into
we're
the
not there,
house.
but
well, you guys
take the
aren't
into the
there.
house.
Horse
Just-
house.
All
Yes,
right.
that's what I'm saying.
All right.
Why not? Like, it's not like I'm gonna make a mess or anything.
Okay, so after a while, Greshy and Asher return,
Hike back up.
and Gunn, you're just
Still-
as you're sort of hanging around outside, you notice more and more of these crows just kind of taking up perches on the roof of the manor, and one of them kind of lands inside the ruins and sits on the well. They're all just kind of hanging around. They all look pretty shit.
I'm gonna use my intimidating glare on it.
Sure. Roll intimidation.
Intimidate the heck out of that crow.
Require any language,
No.
but does
So
require
yeah, you can
intelligence.
just glare.
26.
It's not bad.
Yeah, you're
It jumps up, terrified, and a huge clump of feathers falls off as it tries to stagger its way up and into a tree.
Yeah, using those feats.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, yeah, the others arrive just shortly after you do this.
Ooh. Is there like a way to know reasons why sickly crows gather? I don't know if that would be.
I mean, crows gather like this all the time.
Do they?
They
Yeah,
you
like to
haven't-
eat.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
They're scavenger birds, aren't they?
yeah, basically.
So they probably
So
gather because they think
dead
there's something to
things?
scavenge.
I'm not saying they're not about to attack us,
Oh no, not.
but
I didn't assume
mean-
that. Just like it's
Sure.
weird because there's nothing here.
It is weird, especially yes, you would know that for if scavenger birds are gathering to scavenge, what are they
And we're
scavenging?
dealing
It
with
doesn't
something to
seem like
scavenge.
there's anything.
Yeah.
Well, I imagine they're thinking they're going to be scavenging us.
Yeah, I guess. Uh-oh. That's so comforting. Thank you, nature.
You're most welcome. I'm sure that nature appreciates your
Ah!
One of
exactly
the crows says.
in response.
shall we
Alright.
make our way up to the front door?
Well, at least
Aye.
someone will be happy if I die. These crows will be happy.
Oh, that's a comforting thought there. But you're not gonna die.
Nature.
We've got work to do.
Thank you, Greshy. That's a comforting thought.
There's times
Nature
to die.
will-
It's not right now.
Decompose me into a delicious treat.
So you guys approach the manor. You can see, like I said, it appears to be a like a 2.5 story building, or 2.5 floor building. There's the path splits in two as you approach. One path leads to what's clearly kind of a main door. The other path leads to the other path is a bit smaller. Looks like it's mainly intended for foot traffic. It also leads to a larger set of doors, but they're a little bit less ornate and like inviting than the front entrance. There's also these massive glass windows all around the building, including up on the second floors. It's not up on the second floor, but all of the windows, they are made of glass, and
They're
like
still
really
intact?
nice thick glass that are all completely intact. And on the other side, there's clearly curtains, but they're all closed.
Front door?
And yes, them being intact is certainly interesting. It means probably that nobody has thought to like break their way in,
Break or steal.
or nobody
them?
has wanted to break their way in. For
We're
a
pretty
noble's
far off.
manor, that's pretty strange, probably.
In 20 years, yes, that is strange, but we're pretty far off the beaten path. Like, you'd have to ride a couple hours from the nearest inn. And
Yes.
road.
Just as much as well, if there's no reason to break your way in if there's either easier entrances.
Yeah, that's true too.
If the front door's open, why break a window? Shall we try it, as you said?
At
Yeah,
least
let's-
open them.
Let's go knock.
And the building itself is kind of right up against the cliffside. So there's it's basically cliff all around. You could walk around the house to the backside, but you guys are just currently looking at it from the front.
Did we want to try the smaller doors, or do you think the larger ones or the front ones are the entrance way is a better way in?
I'm all for just walking up to the front door.
Knock and ask who's home.
All right, after you, Gunn.
Okay.
Sure.
I assume you're not riding the horse, you're just leading it along.
Yeah, I'll lead the horse up to the porch.
Just
and
ride it straight through the door.
Knock on
Don't
the
even knock.
Knock knock. Horse breaks down the
Ooh.
door.
Yeah, you make your way up to the sort of main front doors. They look quite old, and they have clearly nice handles though. You wait a moment, listen. You don't hear anything other than the sound of crows kind of adjusting themselves around, like on the roof of the building and in the trees nearby. And you can feel the wind kind of pick up, and there's like a bit of a whistle to the wind as it's whooshing around this building. You knock. You wait. There's no answer.
Hey, Aldo, you home?
Open the door.
No. Okay.
You call
well,
out.
Try the handle.
There's no answer. You try the handle. Twist. It seems locked.
I pass Gunn the key.
Let's try the key in the front door.
Okay. You take out the iron key with the fox inlaid into it. You hand it to Gunn, who places it into the lock, twists, and there's a light click. Seems like that worked.
Let's open the double doors fully, like with both hands.
Okay.
Veranda
You-
entrance.
You take the key out, I guess. Do you keep the key, or do
Yeah,
you
I'll-
give it to Greshy?
I'll pass it back to Greshy.
Oh sure, I'll keep it.
Okay, you
fine.
kind of just toss it. Greshy catches the leather cord and stuffs it back in a pocket. Gunn looks back to the others to make sure everybody's ready, and you twist both handles and begin to pull the doors open. They catch slightly on. It feels like they've like just caught on something.
Oh, they open
but-
out.
Yeah, they open out. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, is that normal for doors? No, they probably open inward.
Front doors probably open inward.
Yeah, front doors tend to open inward. So, yeah, you twist the handles and try to push them inward, and they seem like they're just kind of like they've caught along something along the bottom. But you push a little bit harder, and it gives. And there's a very ear-piercing kind of like wooden creak as you the doors open, and you can hear the sound of the house just straining and creaking as you look into this very high-ceilinged room. Everything about the place just smells damp. That's like the immediate first sense you get is just like, or scent you get is damp and like moldy. There's this unpleasant tinge of mold lacing the air, and you can see what's clearly like stains of mold all over the floor, all over the walls, over furnitures, in pretty large patches.
I was gonna say we could just try and burning the thing down and then walking away, but we'd probably just end up giving ourselves cancer.
Yeah, there's a Prop 60 warning outside that says that this house is made of materials that are known by the state of California to cause cancer. So I probably should have warned you guys about that before you went in.
That's fair. Yeah.
Asbestos.
Well, hopefully treat disease, remove disease. We'll work on that. We'll see.
As you look in, there's these moldering trophies that are hanging on the wall to the to one side. There's a boar, a bear, a fire pelt cougar, a stag. But the most, impressive display is a large monster in the center of the room. Kind of a big, mounted or like a big stuffed, what do they call them? Taxidermy. Taxidermy manticore. It's a large creature, about 12 feet long, has the body of a lion, a massive scorpion's tail with dozens of razor barbs, huge bat-like wings, and a very deformed-looking humanoid face.
Okay, there's your bat-winged demon, potentially. But is it stuffed?
Yeah, is it stuffed? Throw a rock at it.
I mean, you guys are currently standing just in the doorway. You can enter if you'd like. But it appears to be stuffed. Also... It's got that kind of like taxidermy, like fake eyes, open wide mouth and a roar. It looks pretty taxidermied and probably not like the best taxidermy work you've ever seen.
Oh no.
Okay. Does it look like it might not actually be a manticore? Someone just took a lion, a giant bat, and a giant scorpion and kind of made their own mashup?
You've heard of manticores before. I don't think you've ever probably seen one in person, so at the distance, it's like 10 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's that close, there's no point in worrying about it.
It's like pointed at the front door.
If it's actually real, we'd all be fucked already. So.
Yeah, it's looking right at you. If it hasn't moved yet.
Let's seems like as good a place as any to tie my horse.
To the manticore?
To the manticore.
Sure. Seems reasonable to me.
Okay. So you guys
step inside.
Do you want to look for like traps or something?
Yeah, give me perception checks, everybody.
Sure. I'll
A 17.
Perception works for checking for traps, eh?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I'll specifically keeping an eye out for traps. 19 on mine.
Thankfully somebody is, because I have a history.
Walking face first, and there's one way to find him.
Sorry, was that everybody's rolls? That was that's intimidation. Oh, I see, got it. So 17 from Asher, 12 from Gunn, and a 19 from Greshy.
Yeah, not my best
Okay.
roll there, but that'll be fine.
Let's see. So all of you, as you're passing the threshold, can hear what sound like sobs coming from upstairs. You can see up a. Let's see. Yeah, you see some doorways. There's other doors in this room. There's one door to the left and two doors to the right. And the hall itself continues forward through a kind of slender hall into another big room at the back of the building. But wherever these sounds of sobbing are coming from, it sounds like it's like upstairs. You also
I'm sobbing.
Do we have a tactical map? You
sounds like female sobbing, woman sobbing.
Okay.
No tactical map at the moment.
okay?
There will eventually be one, perhaps.
I see. So there are some doors. There's Manticore. There's a staircase.
You don't see any stairs currently, but you can tell that the sound is coming from. It sounds like it's coming through the ceiling wood, so through the floor. Sounds like the faint cries of like a woman sobbing. It's only there for like a moment, and it kind of passes.
I
But
assume the ceiling's pretty high. There's room to swing a sword in this. hall?
yeah, yes, there's
Okay.
yeah, it's a pretty high
There's a
ceiling
Manticore
door.
in there already, so it's probably all
Yeah.
like a.
Yeah, there's a manticore, and there's what looks like might have been a chandelier hanging in this room a long time ago.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to be there now.
But there's no second floor landing.
No, there's no second floor landing. It looks like the second floor is all like a solid floor.
Okay.
While you guys are just kind of taking things in and looking around, okay. I have to think about that. Okay, I have decided. Based on that, okay. Gunn, as the sobbing kind of dies out, you feel this like you get this sudden sense of like burning, like you get this really strong whiff of burning hair and flesh. It's really strong to you. No one else senses this.
Does anyone else smell that?
Smell what?
Well, musty.
Burning hair.
I
Kind of-
smell a bunch of wet
No,
furniture.
don't think
but
anyone's
not
on fire or
hair.
nothing. Just damp.
Where does it seem to be coming from? Can I pick up a direction on it?
You look around, and it's already, the sensation has already passed. You're not sure which direction it came from.
Okay. I'm not having a stroke or anything.
you like check yourself, medicine check.
Did you make a secret medicine check?
No, you should make a medicine check.
Okay, I will make a medicine check. With my improvisation,
There you go.
I have a 15.
Okay. Your mind flashes to, yeah, like, am I having a stroke? Is something going on? And you're running through the symptoms in your head. Like, you've heard of the symptoms of a stroke before. They say all men your age should know the symptoms. You've heard it from the clerics 1,000 times. And you run through them in your head, and no, you think you're fine. You feel fine. You're not smelling it anymore. seems okay.
I will finish tying up Cimarron to the Manticore statue, and then we can maybe look. Like I say, I guess we should start looking around.
Aye, should we follow whatever that sound was upstairs first, or should we leave that for later?
I will get there.
There's certainly ghosts in this house.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Restless
think?
Spirits.
Seems like a general haunting thing more than a
Urgent.
specific, like, urgent save somebody.
That doesn't
That's
seem
my feeling.
pleasant, but well, as you
Alright.
wish. Where'd you like to
You can
start?
search everywhere.
So you
There are
have
doors.
your options. So you guys are in a big sort of entrance room. You can go straight ahead through a hallway, a pretty wide hallway. It's like a 10-foot wide hallway, into what appears to be another large room, kind of like this one. You can see large, I guess, bay windows. Is that what they call them? Overlooking the ocean.
Aye.
And light is kind of pouring in through them. Let me make sure they don't have any. They are actually stained glass windows. So they are obscuring the view a bit, but you can tell from the light that it's clearly overlooking the ocean. It looks like maybe there's a table and chairs back there. You can also see 2 doors in the connecting hallway that look like they might lead to staircases. In your current room, there's 1 door to your immediate right, another door a little bit further ahead to your right, and 1 door to your left.
How about we start off heading to the right? And I have an idea as we go along. Can I just not touch them directly, but use my sword to push the curtains open in each room?
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's pretty dark in here. You still have the door open, so that's basically all the light you're getting is from this door and the big bay windows, the stained glass windows on the other side.
I intended to leave the front door open.
Okay.
And I was thinking to go along and open all the curtains in each of the rooms we pass through.
Okay. There's 2 big windows in your current room that are currently closed. They're both near the entry doors. You can use your sword to spread those curtains open.
Okay.
And you're what are you doing with the horse? You're tying the horse up somewhere?
Tying it up
Or
to
just
the
setting
Manticore statue. Now, I'm figuring that the Manticore statue, being in a state of service, could break if it really gets spooked and you could be free, but would a good trained horse,
Probably. Yeah.
a well-trained horse will not run out. Like, you could tie the reins to nothing, and
Yeah, this is a trained horse.
Yeah.
So, okay, you tie it up to the Manticore?
mm-hmm.
Just one of its legs or its tail or...
Yeah, probably the tail.
Okay, so you lead it over to the back of the Manticore and tie the reins up to the tail before continuing on.
And you guys want to go straight forward to the back room, or work our way around?
Sure.
I
It's
try
open.
these doors.
You want to try the doors? Are there 3 doors?
There are 3 doors.
There are exactly
In
two.
your current chamber, yes, there are 3 doors.
Well, seems the way to be.
Check the 3 doors.
Seems like a terrible decision, but
We can listen to the doors. We touch them, see if they're too cold or too hot. Listen to the doors. Open
Sure.
the doors.
Yeah.
They all seem to be wooden doors. There's one on from the entranceway. There's one on the left and 2 on the right.
I'll take the far right one.
Okay.
I'll take the near
The
right one.
left one.
Aye.
Okay.
I mean,
So you
right
all-
most.
Sure. Okay, so you all approach your individual doors, and you're standing there in front of them. You just all open them.
I listen to my door.
Okay, you listen to your door. You can't really hear much over the. You just hear the creaking of the house and the sound of the wind, like whooshing in from the doorway.
Does the door feel like I don't know, like a normal door? Like it's the same? Because I'm looking for ghost hot or ghost cold. at this
Okay, yeah,
point. I don't
mean,
know if those are things.
You touch the door, wondering if it's ghost hot or ghost cold. There's this kind of there's like moldy patches all over it. You kind of try to touch a spot that's not moldy, and it does feel like a little moist, but it looks like just a ordinary, nice quality door.
I'll try and open the door slowly.
Okay, you open the
If it
door
doesn't-
slowly,
Ooh.
creaks open,
I should have brought oil and sprayed it on the doors.
and on the other side of the door you see another
No.
door
No.
and a hallway
the worst.
that extends to the right.
Oh my god.
You look
Ah.
in and peek to the right, and you see 2 doors.
No. There's 3 doors here.
Oh my god!
So, okay,
This is
all
the
three,
worst house.
all 3 of these doors led to hallways.
No,
the two
that
of us,
was
I don't think I've opened ours.
no. The other 2 of you haven't opened your doors yet.
I'll wait for you to open your door.
It turns out the
I'll open
haunting is actually just more doors.
This door is the worst. So
Who would like to
good
open their
luck.
door next?
Ghost
I mean, this is all
doors.
simultaneous, but I'll.
Sure.
I can open. I'll do mine next.
Okay, so you're the far door
All right.
on the right hand side.
Right most.
You, yes, Gunn. You listen at the door. Don't hear anything other than again the sound of the house creaking in the wind and the wind whooshing in from the doorway. After a moment, you twist the handle and open the door. The door creaks open, and you reveal a rather cozy-looking drawing room that's frankly marred by the like unnatural dampness and thick sheets of mold that are clinging to the curtains, blocking a window straight ahead. There's also another door from this room to your left.
Okay.
Greshy,
I listen.
you listen?
Noises.
No noises, just the creaking sound of the house and the whooshing of the wind outside.
I assume the door does not feel hot, like it's burning. Whatever.
No, you touch the door, it doesn't seem to be burning. You pull
Alright.
your hand off and there's kind of gross residue and you wipe it off on your
Gross clothes.
rags. Yeah, your gross clothes, just adding that to your gross collection. Yeah.
It's a good collection to have. Asher's got a better one than I do, though.
Yay.
I'll open the door. Let's see what's inside.
You reach over, twist the handle, it creaks open. And there you see a set of stairs that curve around to the left, up to the second floor.
Ah, I got away with not getting the door behind mine. That's nice.
Lucky.
Well, we know which way is up if we want to go upstairs. That's a good
Ew.
thing. Did you guys find anything?
I found more doors. 3 more doors.
The
Of
drawing
course.
room.
Drawing room? Anything in the drawing room?
We can. Let's move together.
No, of course. I was
Wherever we
asking
move.
if you saw anything obvious.
No, I don't see anything.
All right. Well, Asher, do you want to go check out this drawing room with us?
Yeah, let's go look in the drawing room.
Come on,
Start
Phelan.
by opening all the curtains.
Okay, so you approach, you enter the drawing room together, and Gunn makes his way over to the sort of moldy curtains, and with your sword you part them, and as you do so, there's this flash in the reflection of a woman's face. All 3 of you see this. she looks terrified. Her eyes are like puffy and with like black rings. It looks like she's been crying for days, months, years. She has this kind of wispy black hair, and there's just this like look of incredible sorrow on her face. But it's only there for the briefest of instants, and it flashes away. And you're left with the kind of dusty view of the outside.
Batchborn Switzerland.
Definitely haunted.
And that is where we will end the session
Yeah,
for today.
the sad ghost lady.
We got ghost sounds, ghost smells, and ghost visions now. We're just waiting for
Ghosts.
ghost touch.
Actual
Ghost
And,
touch
uh,
and
Ghost touches.
Ghost tastes.
Oh, I'm
Some
gonna have
good-
to make out
good-
with a ghost.
Just the hint of something. That's all we need on our tongues.
all right. Well, I hope you guys had fun today. We
Yes.
will continue
Thank you.
exploring this definitely not haunted, definitely not mansion. Next week, right? Next week?
Aye, next week.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
week, Monday. No, wait.
Next Tuesday, next week,
Next-
and the week
Wait, I
following
hope
should be
it's
next
not
Monday.
Monday.
Next Tuesday, next Monday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that looks right. Okay. Next Monday, Tuesday. Next Tuesday.
Yes.
All right. Hope you guys all had fun. We'll continue the spooky mysteries next week. So.
You're gonna
Thank
have
you
a
all for
hard time
playing.
moving this from Halloween to Christmas time.
Ghosts.
Have to
during
go
Christmas
holiday.
time.
Fast. Oh yeah, no, Christmas ghosts,
Yeah,
right?
Christmas
You get to meet.
ghosts.
Yeah, that's true.
Spooky ghost stories.
They're gonna
and such.
teach us the ghost. We're gonna find the ghost of Asher's future and the ghost of Gunn's present.
Okay,
Right,
I can.
We already
I
met the
can.
ghost of Greshy's past already. So
All right, I can work with that. I think. Okay, so next time, a Christmas story featuring the cast of Third Action.
sounds good.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.